What's going on? Back plugged in again with your boy the Prophet. And so today we got another tier list video for you guys of Bleach Brave Souls. And I know what you're asking, what tier list are we doing today, D? What are we gonna be doing? Well, we're gonna be doing the top speed characters tier list for PvE. So you heard it here. I said it now. We're looking at the best characters for PvE for speed. And this is a special day, so make sure you guys, if you're new to the game, make sure you smack that subscription button right here on the channel. Support the homie D Prophet. Listen, man, we're literally going to be at 10,000 subscribers in just a couple of hours. So go ahead and make sure you smack that subscribe button if you haven't already done it. It'll be like down there or something. You know what I'm saying? You know where it'll be. Go ahead and make sure you smack that button. We have a huge live stream coming tonight. I'm going to be unloading about 600 to 700 BBS tickets, accessory tickets, 4 to 5 star tickets, accessory tickets, 6-star tickets, birthday tickets, Senkaimon tickets, every kind of ticket you can imagine. You're going to see it tonight in about 3 hours from the time I'm recording this video. So we'll go ahead and get into it. We're going to be looking at the top 10, the tier list for speed character today, just as I said. And we're going to go ahead and start this. I'm going to do it a little bit quicker than normal. So we'll just go ahead and start with the first 3 tiers. So starting off, we have Lunar Ichigo, who this character, his first strong attack is range collision, which means it pushes enemies back. So whenever I say range collision, that means that it pushes enemies back. You get more damage on one specific enemy, and it hits the other ones off onto the side. That's what range collision does. It's much slower, way slower. Out of the two, range collision or melee collision. So keep that in mind. Lunar Ichigo does have a good second strong attack, and his charge attack hits very hard. Not every charge attack is 900 radius, and it has double the damage of a regular charge attack. So keep that in mind. So whenever I say charge attack, it's 900 radius with that double damage, and a regular full screen regular full screen move is 1000 radius. So a charge attack is 10% less radius but double the damage. So this Rukia, I mean, she literally has like one of the worst kits in the game. Oh, I didn't mention that Lunar Ichigo, he's a 25% strong attack damage link, which strong attack recharge is a much better link. The Rukia, however, she does have enhancer and a boost, and that will allow, and strong attack recharge link, so that allows her to use her boost every 20 seconds, which means it lasts for 20 seconds and you can use it for 20 seconds. So her and the party can be buffed for that time, as long as you keep using her strong attack boost move, and as long as you have her on full cooldown reduction. Her first strong attack is pathetic. It's just horrible. It's range collision and melee collision with very bad range. And her third, the damage is split up into 2 parts. So, but it's just like suction full screen. It's Lunar Ichigo, it's sad because I really wanted him to be so good. He's one of the worst characters ever made, bro. Like, of the modern era. His normal attack string is range collision. His first strong attack is range collision. His second strong attack is range collision and splits into 3. His third is full screen, and it's good. It has weakening. And his killer is bad, too. He just looks so good. He's like the definition of eye candy in this game. He looks so good. He's bad. A mission that'll take a regular unit a minute and 30 seconds to clear, it'll take him like 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Moving on. Sajin is almost as bad. Range collision first. Melee. He has a better second strong attack than Lunar Ichigo, though. But his third isn't even full screen, and he has a last ditch survival link. Zalapuro actually does have a boost and a heal move, but he has a normal attack damage link, so he can only use that boost and heal every 26 seconds at maximum. But if you equip him for recharge, then he does little damage because he's a normal attack damage character. It's really weird. Kionis and Taru, they have range collision first strong attack, which aside from that, they're not horribly bad, but range collision first. If you have a bad first strong attack, you have to use your first strong attack more than anything. So it's technically the most important strong attack. Yeah, and then they do have the transformation mechanic, which that's only a 900 radius third strong attack, but no extra damage. There's really no benefit to the transformation mechanic. But they do have last ditch survival and a 12% recharge link in the soul tree. So then we're going to be looking at the Halloween Yoruichi from 2017. I mean, Halloween Orihime from 2017. Yeah, her second strong attack is ranged, and then her first attack is ranged collision, and it's a split. It's melee collision, but it's ranged collision and it's a split hit. It's just bad. Her third, she does have havoc. However, her third is does hit twice as hard as a regular full screen, and she has beyond 20% the normal range of a full screen. So her third strong attack is her only saving grace, and she does have weakening on everything with the Ronkar Killer and strong attack recharge. This Shinji, he's a frenzy character with 20% damage reduction, which weird build. And then his first and second you can't cancel out of, so they're really slow. They make you feel like really like you can't move. It's just really weird. You don't like those kind of strong attacks at all. Even though he looks really cool, his third is nice as well. Yeah. So then moving on to Lisa, she has havoc, so she's actually a pretty good character. Her first strong attack is a beam, 725 radius, one of the best first strong attacks in the game. However, her second strong attack is a vortex move, and then her third is just pretty quick to pop off full screen move. I think it's like 1080 radius. I don't want to misquote, but I do know she has havoc. But her first has paralysis, a chance of proc paralysis, and so does her Nat Stream. This movie Toshiro, he's like such a forgotten unit. I'm gonna start pointing now. This movie Toshiro, he's such a forgotten unit. If he had a strong attack recharge link, he would probably be like A tier at the highest. He has Havoc with a charge attack and Soul Reaper Killer, but his first is range collision, and he has a strong attack damage link. His second is a 525 beam like around him, and I think he puts it in front a little bit, so that's like the best way to have it. And then his third is a 1080 charge attack, but his third is only not his soul bomb is only 900 radius, bro. 900 radius, like, kill me. Like, that's just super rare. An average soul bomb is 2,000 radius, and his is 900, so it's really bad. This Yoruichi, there's nothing really mechanically wrong with her. Her first strong attack is a melee collision beam. Just doesn't have the range that your average beam does nowadays, and it's not very wide. Her third's okay. Her third's full screen, and her second's okay. She has 4 flash steps, so she's pretty mobile. This Kisuke, what are you thinking, Kayla? What are you thinking? What are you thinking? His first is range collision. His second is like a beam projectile, which like it'll be better if that's his first strong attack. But yeah. So then his third is just weird. It's like a suction forward net, like it's just weird. The hit detection isn't really all that good. Ichikaku has double killers. Tag Team Ikaku, he has double killers. His first, however, is range collision, which is nah. His second is a barrier move, which he has like a bad cooldown rate with that because he has a full stamina damage link and not a recharge link. His third is pretty good though. This Soifone, she's a good auto unit, good unit to use to clear PvE content pretty quickly. And she has a vortex as well. And yeah, she has a pretty good killer. So we'll go ahead and move up just a bit. I don't want to go too fast. Alright, so we're into A tier already. Starting off, we're going to be looking at Ichibe. He's really a great auto character. One of the best auto characters in the game. He has a 10 start barrier, which means he's going to survive like the first room at least without taking any damage. He does have paralysis resistance, which is really good. Weakening on everything with flurry. His barrier pierce move doesn't do anything in PvE, so is what it is. And he doesn't have PvE killer. Chad. Oh, and then I mentioned this is only a PvE list, so I'm not factoring in PvP versatility because then now like dilute the list. So these characters are this high because they're really good in epic raids and just autoing PvE content. If you don't have the best accessories and you just need a character that's going to clear content, just beat stuff up, just auto play the game for you, Chad and Ichigo who you want to go with. Chad has a boost. Pretty good strong attacks too. A lunge, which is pretty quick. His activation for his boost is really fast, and his third is really cool as well. He just doesn't have a PvE killer. This Rukia, she's pretty good. Lunging first strong attack, perfect third strong attack, being full screen, great killer. She's a strong attack damage link, which that's like a negative, but her biggest quirk, her biggest thing against her is her second strong attack. She has negative immunity frames, which means she can be hit during the last like 10% of her move, which doesn't happen a lot, but it can definitely happen, and that's a huge disadvantage. The move itself is slow and doesn't have the best radius either, and the damage is split up, so just a really bad attack. This Parasol Aizen, he's a pretty solid unit. 80 bruiser with a vortex move with weakening on everything. Pretty good kit. Doesn't have flurry though. Now like you have auto units like Toki and with Soul Reaper Killer, but they have flurry plus bruiser. They're gonna auto way faster than this guy. This Geen, his biggest flaw, he has a good killer. But his biggest flaw is his first is range collision, and his second strong attack is a melee move. It falls under the melee category, so it doesn't break guard for him. So he can only break guard with his first and his third, which is just not good at all. Slows you down. But he does have a good heal move with pretty decent AOE. This Lilynette, she would be so much better, but she has the fatal flaw. She has ranged with flurry and no guard break. There are like 40% of the Arankar mobs or enemies have range guard break. So she just, and her normal attack string is range collision as well. So it's super slow. It's like just super slow. And yeah, she can't break guard with her second strong attack. So it makes her very slow with autoing, unfortunately. Moving on, we have the Christmas Nelio 2. She has Berserker, and she has a 725 first strong attack, which is the best, one of the best first strong attacks in the game. Then her second strong attack is kind of on her downfall. It's a little bit similar to Bankai Rukia's, but it's not nearly as worse, and she doesn't have negative immunity frames, but you can't cancel out of her second strong attack, and that's not good. And her third is perfect. Her first is perfect. Her third is perfect. She has Bruiser and Berserker. And a good killer with immunities as well. Freeze on everything. Baragon, Can't Fear and War version. His hugest flaw is that he does not have Havoc. If he would have had Havoc, all his flaws will be removed because his third isn't full screen, so it's only 900 radius. But he does have the Bruiser and the Berserker of 20%. He has a perfect first strong attack, and his second is range collision and melee collision, but it's projectile based, so it's much better than like Iron Nero. So like Aaron, he doesn't have that Bruiser or Berserker. He has the same first as Baragon. His second is melee collision and range collision, but it's suction. So it's way worse. It only hits them if they're right on top of you. So it's just horrible. You can only really damage one wave with the move unless the mobs are literally right on top of each other. And then even then you only get a portion of the damage for the second wave of enemies. Moving on to this Renji, he doesn't have any flaws. It's just that he just doesn't have any Berserker, or he doesn't have Berserker, and his second is like a little lackluster. It is melee collision, so it's good, but doesn't have the best range. And he does have dual immunities, which is very good. And his first is the Beam 725 radius, 2500 radius long, which is very great. Yoruichi, her biggest flaw is her first strong attack. It's massively inconsistent. Excuse me. It's massively inconsistent, and uh, the hitbox is still weird on it. They never fixed it. Her second is a lunge is perfect. Her third is perfect. She's a strong attack damage link. So that's not the best. However, when she transforms, she gets all her strong attacks back with a higher magnification, and her first strong attack is perfected, but you can only do that once in the game. So that's like the drawback to that. So yeah, that's pretty much her biggest flaw. CS Byakuya is a very, very good unit. This is CS Byakuya. CS Byakuya is the blue one, Cacao Society. SS Byakuya is the red one, Spear Society. People mix that up a lot. Anyways, lunging first strong attack, perfect third strong attack being full screen. His second is a boss killer move as it's range collision but projectile based AoE around him, meaning if you're close to them you can absolutely blip their health bar. But it's not, it knocks mobs out in most ranges and like in most like areas, and it doesn't have the best range. Hachigen is similar. He basically has the same kit as this Renji, same first, same radius on the third, same radius on the second. However, Hachigen has paralysis on everything, and his second is a barrier move. So him and Renji both have 525, 550 radius around them, but Renji's comes back every 16 seconds. Hachigen comes back every 40 seconds. So 20 seconds with recharge, and Renji's is like 8 or 9. You know what I'm saying? It's a big difference in how much you can spam Renji's strong attacks versus Hachigen. But they're both very good units. And Hachigen's ranged. So if that ever matters, which it does in EX Co-op, it's a really good thing to have both of them. Oops, didn't want to move that. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get into our final 2 tiers. I guess I can just blip this. I want y'all to see this full image though. One of my favorite panels in the manga. Boo! Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get into the last 2 rows at the same time. We're going to get into it right now. So starting the S tier, we have Bankai Yamamoto. Subjectively on paper, a perfect unit. 10 out of 10 first, second, and third. Yamamoto, Kisuke, Kokuto, and Momo all have the exact same second strong attack as far as radius and AoE. But just so you guys know, and that's the best strong attack in the game. Besides that same strong attack with having Havoc, which gives it 20% more radius. So yeah, Bankai Yamamoto also gets a walking supernova after he pops his soul bomb, so that he has a magnification of a soul bomb walking around him, just nuking enemies. Like, it's just insane. And he has dual immunities, being freeze resistance and fire resistance. This Kisuke hits way harder than Yamamoto. I'm gonna tell you that right now. He hits way harder than Yamamoto. People really give this Kisuke like a lot of shit, like for real, because he has no affiliation killer, but he has 40% bruiser and 40% berserker and 60 devastation. Killer multiplier is 20%. 40 berserker is twice more than killer advantage. So in IZ you get double killer. So even if he doesn't have killer in IZ, he should still effectively hit with the same amount of damage as this Yamamoto with killer. This Kisuke is really, really good. People overestimate killer a little bit. When you're talking about 40 bruiser, berserker, 60 devastation. And his special does have a chance to insta-kill. And his third strong attack is a charged move, which is 900 radius and double the magnification of any third strong attack in the game. It's not a charge. Moving to Kokuto to Senna. Perfect first strong attack being a lunge. Great activation. He had the same second, which is 800 radius forward, side, and behind him. And yeah, his third is a projectile. So he like basically launches a bubble of suction full screen and then snaps the whip and he like crushes it. So the damage is segmented a little bit, but that doesn't really like hinder him in most cases. Then you want to move on. And he has Sword Killer. This guy was a godsend for a long time. Real slept on. Best movie unit in the game. This Momo is very slept on. Her second strong attack, you can't see the radius perfectly, but it's very wispy, but it's the same strong attack as all these three guys exactly as far as AoE. She has a very great lunging first strong attack and a charge move. Some people don't like them because it's not as fast as a regular strong attack, but with stuff like Guild Quest now being, charge moves are very good. This Kyoraku had a strong attack. He had strong attack damage and havoc. 1200 radius full screen, which is like the best in the game. Can't go no higher than 1200 radius full screen. Third strong attack. Amazing, perfect lunge first strong attack. His second is a boss killer move, range collision move, AoE spread out around him. Knocks most mobs back, but chunkier mobs get devastated. Tenjiro Kirinji, the best speed unit in the game, in my personal opinion. He has the best skill in the game. 20% strong attack damage for any speed Soul Reaper in your team. This applies in epic raids. This applies in IG co-op or in any co-op, and as well as in single player. All the people in your team. So yeah, Soul Reapers are like 60+% of the characters in the game. So bam, and he hits 20% harder than Bambietta. Just straight alone on paper, every day consistently. Lunging first, strong attack with Havoc. Beam second strong attack, so it's 870 radius and 3000 range backwards. In the most ridiculous forward full screen third, it's 1170 radius ahead, so you don't waste radius being all behind you, but it's still behind, side, and massively like in the front. So best third strong attack in the game, in my personal opinion. There's not too much difference though from this, and like in ranking to me in Tenjiro's type of third strong attack and Bambi's. Bambi has massively insane strong attack. She has the same second strong attack as Yamamoto, Kisuke, Kokuto, and Momo, but she has Havoc 20% and 20% extra damage. And she also gets 40% extra damage whenever she procs that burn. She has a unique first strong attack, which the best way to use it is to start close to them, blast them back, and then you'll get way more damage with her first strong attack, rather than launching the first strong attack behind and just catching them with all of that explosion at the end. Pro tip. This Ukiyo is one of the best units in the game without Havoc. He has a guard break, 20% bruiser berserker. He has a lunging first strong attack, a beam, so it's 750 radius wide and 2500 radius full screen. And he has a full screen third with a crazy insane animation with guard break, hollow killer, recharge, insane unit, okay? Listen, man, make sure you guys subscribe to the boy D Prophet. Road to 10K subscribers, man. We're going to be there tonight. Be there for the live stream. Like, you won't want to miss it. I got so many tickets. I got so much stuff to do. You don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss this stream. While you're watching this video, the stream might be live. Check my page right now as a reminder. And if you want to enter the giveaway for $50 for 2 people, so it's a $100 giveaway, make sure you follow my social media at DProfit on Twitter and on IG. Prophet, I love y'all. Make sure y'all there in the stream tonight. I'll see you there. I'm out. Smother.